there, my name is Katie Millard. I'm a happiness coach and welcome to this episode of the SWIB podcast. Thank you so much for joining us. Today, we are joined by the amazing Elise Hughes, who is the House of Colour lady, and she'll be talking to us about all sorts of things that she does in her job and how she got to doing what she's doing today. Let's start at the beginning. I've read a little bit about your sort of journey, but how did you get to where you are now? How did you start your business? Was it sort of a slow burn or was it a light bulb moment?
So I came to House of Colour and the world of personal styling through being a client. So I found myself 15 years ago leaving my job in London, moving to Herefordshire, married a man who became a farmer. I became a stay-at-home mum and a farmer's wife sort of overnight.
That's a big change.
Yeah, it was. And that was fine. But along that way, I definitely lost my identity. Sort of in my mid-40s, and I had sort of 2 young children. I definitely sort of lost my sparkle. And the sad thing was I didn't even know that I'd lost my sparkle. I just thought that was me. You know, this is me. I'm mid-40s. I'm married. I've got kids.
That's just how it is.
No one's looking at me. My sister bought me a colour analysis class because she saw that I just sort of was disappearing. And I said, thank you very much, because it was a weekend away from the farm after lambing. And I just went for a chat and a sit down, really. And I didn't realise it was going to be actually quite life-changing. So I went with a friend, had a nice day, didn't really understand what was happening with the colours, just a lady putting colours around me. But at the end of that morning, when she put my best colours around me, I saw myself in the mirror, and I still feel emotional when I think about that moment now. I saw the old me in the mirror looking back at me, was wearing brighter colours, and I just thought, oh, I thought that girl had gone. And she hadn't gone, she was just hiding. So it changed overnight. I just really did wear different colours, started wearing makeup again, and just felt better. That was 2019, and we had COVID. And after that, I knew that we were all at home during that lockdown, and it was a scary time. And I knew that if I wore my better colours, I just felt better. No one was looking at me, but I felt better. And I was like, there's really something in this. And after that, I went back and did the style class, which was even more life-changing, because that is actually knowing how to dress you so you put clothes on and they just feel right, never mind that they make you look good with the colour. I'd always wanted to run my own business. I didn't see how I could. But yes, so House of Colour, encourages people to get back into work. And that's, so it's a franchise business. So it's kind of a business in a box, really. Because I don't think I would have been brave enough to make that step without
the support. Yeah, that's really common.
Yeah, and the training is amazing, and we get all of our kit, and we're sort of in a community of other consultants. And yeah, I don't know what made me do it, because really I was crazy to start a business on a farm in Herefordshire doing personal styling. But something in me really knew that I could make a difference, because it had made such a difference to me.
I think it's a fine line. Is it crazy or genius? I always go for genius. I think it's a genius idea that you're like, right, I'm going to do this from my farm in Herefordshire. And I think it's so lovely that obviously affected you so much that you can see that in your clients now. I think that's a really powerful part of our business. Thank you so much.
Okay.
I think one of the things that we talk about throughout the podcasts and throughout our kind of networking group is how women manage the juggle between business and everything else. So how do you manage the juggle in your life?
Increasingly better, actually, because the men in my life, which is my husband and my 2 boys, see that actually I'm working now and I'm a valid part of what we were doing. And really that was one of the reasons why I wanted to start work. I wanted to see that that women did work, because I felt like I'd fallen into that traditional role, because my husband had that kind of proper manly farmer job.
Doing the farming.
And I am quite domestic. I love baking, I like cooking. I don't love housework. Cooking's a bit more creative. And so they saw me doing that, and I did have a tiny little business just doing farmers markets and cakes and things. Never do that. No money in that. And I wanted them to see that women do work. So it was really important, as having 2 boys, that that they were getting that from me. And I've just noticed the changes in my husband now. He's there. I'm not back, so he started the tea, and he's not started relying on me for everything. And the boys are so encouraging. So when you train, you have to learn 144 colours. So you have to learn the names of them, and then obviously what colours they go with.
Oh my goodness me.
My children have great memory, so they were the ones testing me. And so we all learnt it together. So it does feel like a family business, really.
Oh, I love that so much. I love the fact that they are your sort of cheerleaders and coaches.
They absolutely are. They absolutely are. And then in the first year of my business, I was literally based in my kitchen and dining room, which was fairly awful. And now I've got my own studio. So they were very much like, hiding upstairs and coming in from school and not,
being quiet.
Not coming in. Yeah, so that was it. But so that wasn't a great juggle. And actually, as soon as I got my studio, my business has really taken off. Somebody says my whole body language changes when I walk into my studio because it's separate from the house and it's just my space.
So you get to be you
really
and
important.
Do your you stuff there.
Yeah.
Also, I love that your husband and your boys have been part of your journey, because that's anything that helps that juggle is really important, isn't it? Whatever form that takes. So I love the fact that your husband's like, I'll get tea on and all that kind of stuff.
And of course, they've all been draped as well, so they know their colours. They always come home from school telling me, well, the teacher's been wearing the most extraordinary things, and they were like, it definitely wasn't right. They need their colours doing.
I love the fact that, just imagine your farmer husband and your kid being draped with various fabrics and colours.
He went to have his colours done before I trained. I paid for him as a gift because I found it amazing. I was like, come on, we're mid-40s before we get stuck in that rut. And so, he suits very different clothes to me, colours to me, obviously close to me. So he's, as a farmer, it's actually quite good. It's all those oranges and greens and browns, things I look awful in. He looks great in, and he does look better, and he knows he feels better. And he does stand out because all men's clothes are so grey and blue and black. He doesn't wear those colours at all now.
Making me quite self-conscious, like, am I wearing the right colours?
So
I'm not. See, I'm not wearing the right colours today.
I don't know if you're wearing the right colours because I don't guess what people's colours are.
I know what I like wearing, but my problem is in the winter I can't find the colours that I would wear, because generally in the clothing industry, clothes in this for women are grey, camel, black, and I am a sky blue, pale pink.
So they are out there,
So
but you just need to know where to. Once you know, and then you build up a wardrobe. So you're not shopping every season, obviously. And my job is actually about people being more sustainable, having less clothes.
Yes,
so you have clothes that work for you.
Yeah. Think about your own business. What are the unique challenges and opportunities in your industry right now?
So colour analysis is having a little bit of a moment. So I think it was a thing like 30 years ago that people's mums did. And people come back to me and say, my mum's still got the book. So things have moved on, but it was sort of disappeared a little bit. It certainly wasn't on my radar, but I think nowadays it is on social media. It's having a bit of a TikTok thing, definitely. Not that I would know because I'm hopeless at social media. I love working with my clients, and it really is a face-to-face business. So actually, to have your colours analysed correctly, it has to be face-to-face. We do it in natural light. So at the moment during the winter, I'm only doing classes in the morning because the light's just not good enough in the afternoon. So it's a face-to-face business, and you can go on an app and you put your photo in and it'll put these colours around you and tell you, and it's just guessing, and it's got a 1 in 4 chance of getting it right. Even if it gets it right, it isn't showing you the colours. So when I'm in the studio with my client, we find out their season, there'll only be one. It's not, we always get to one. And then we put the drapes around you for all of your drapes in your season, and you see how incredible they look. And you're seeing it in the mirror, and that means it goes in. And people get quite emotional. It's funny, different colours make people emotional. Red quite often gets people. They're like, I've never worn red. I didn't think, and they see themselves in red, or put them in a red lipstick as well that they've never worn, and it's quite like an emotional. Yeah, and they're like, so I think they're sad because they've stopped themselves, but wearing red and there was no reason to, or just that actually you feel a little bit guilty about thinking, wow, I actually look quite incredible, don't I? And that's a whole thing.
That's quite a woman thing as well, isn't it? When we were talking earlier about kind of losing yourself, it's really easy as we get older with our families and all the other things that are going on, putting everybody first. So what we look like tends to be on the back burner. And then one day you look in the mirror and you go, oh gosh, that's where have I gone, sort of thing.
So you can't do colour analysis correctly on an app. You can't do it online. You can't send somebody a photo for you to look at. It's absolutely impossible. We've got we do all of our training in person, and occasionally we just do a little bit of top up. And we've got this picture that we use, and it's got 6 people on a Zoom screen, and we're all holding up the same green drape. And when you do a screen grab, all those greens look different. So there's no way that you can do it accurately. But just getting that personal service, it really is bespoke. It isn't putting people in a box at all. It's that quite a few clients say that I've unleashed them, the style element part of it, which is learning to dress your body shape and your personality. Sometimes we have to tease that out of you, and that's always best to do in person. People bring me their clothes, we go through them, and it's actually sometimes how people pick their clothes up and hold them and talk to me about them. You can tell so much from that.
I love this.
The body language of things, and the memories it brings up.
Yeah, you can't do any of that on an app, can you?
No, you're not. Yeah, it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. What would be the practical first steps or low-cost wins that you think would help a woman in business, in those early months? What are the easy wins, the quick wins, would you think?
So it is hard, and at the start is just outgoing. So you do kind of need to keep a lid on those outgoings. One of the things that I did was try and work from home because I wasn't that busy to start with. So I didn't want any rental costs. And it was always really important for me to offer really personal service, and I didn't want just a bland office somewhere. So try and keep your costs low, because those profits in the early days are quite
precious.
And you don't want to be spending those on rent as well. The important thing is that you make a little bit of money, so you feel like you're getting somewhere, and everyone else gets paid before you. So you need to keep those costs down. There's lots of things you can do for free, so try and do that. I've never been to a network meeting before, so when I started my business, people said, you must go networking, tap into your networks. I had no idea what they meant. Networking is where you need to start, and you learn that you can go to lots of things quite as a low cost, or sometimes as a free cost. Usually it's free to go for the first few times. Definitely do that. You're not selling yourself, you're just going to be in the community of people, quite often women in my business. So you feel like you're actually you haven't got a crazy idea. There's other people out there doing really interesting jobs as well, and you feel part of the community. It's really lonely when you start off on your own. You've just got this crazy idea.
And you're like, I'm going to do this. We feel like exactly like that with SWIB, which is why we started the networking group, because there are so many women doing so many amazing things or just starting out, and they just need a little bit of cheerleading or like a little bit of support. So I'm so glad you mentioned networking. It doesn't have to cost the earth. And all the little free steps, you don't have to go big straight away.
No.
There's so many little kind of quick wins. I think this differs from person to person, but what does success look like for you, Elise? And how can we work with you? How can we get in touch with you in the future?
So I absolutely love my business. I really do feel like I've found my place in the world. And I guess success for me is, as my business is growing, it's growing through referrals. So my clients, I get a client, they come to me, they bring their sisters, they bring their daughter. I see clients out and about, and they just looking
amazing.
Yeah, they look better. And I get a text from somebody saying, I've just had a compliment today. Somebody about something I've bought, or they're sending me their purchases. I get WhatsApp pictures. And I just feel like it really does ripple out, and people have more confidence. And really, that's what success is for me.
Lovely. And how can we work with you?
Travel to me, then I can work with you for doing a colour analysis. So I've got quite a comprehensive website which has all the lists of services on it. I'm quite good on LinkedIn.
Okay.
So that not amazing, but I actually am present on LinkedIn, and I do have an Instagram and a Facebook page. But really, the best way to find out about what's doing is to sign up to my newsletter, so that you're on my system. So if I've got an event or a promotion, or just to keep reminding you that you're worth it and you need to come for a colour analysis because you've shown an interest but you still haven't booked. And that isn't me saying, you look bad. It's me saying, take a morning, come and do this. It's brilliant. So you won't regret it.
Thank you so much for your time, Elise, and thank you everybody for tuning in.